What up, bitches? It's the MisanthropikOne, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant/review. Today, I want to talk about this album right here, Ill Bill's latest album called the Grimy Awards. First off, y'all that is subscribed to me already know that this was one of my most anticipated albums of this fucking year. I knew Ill Bill wouldn't disappoint me. He never does. Shit is fucking bananas. Let's get right into it because I don't feel like fucking talking your heads off. Dope artwork. Uncle Howie on the cover. It's like a double digipack, I guess. You know, because you get, not only do you get the CD, get the DVD as well with a few of Ill Bill's videos on there. Artwork is done by Scam2, who's a dope artist. He made this Grimy Award, I'm assuming that is, where it looks like a C. Lamprey holding a shotgun. That shit is ill. Ill Bill, if you're watching this, you should make that a limited fucking statue or some shit. I would buy that shit. That shit is fucking awesome as hell. And the liner notes, the cover is the same thing as the front cover, just animated. So yeah, artwork is dope. Shout out to Scam2. Let's get into some of the producers that help craft this shit. Producers on this bitch. You have Ill Bill himself. He appears 3 times on this album. You got Moss. You have Junior Macno, Pete Rock, who appears twice, Psycho Les of the Beat Nuts. You have DJ Skiz, Large Professor, who appears twice. You have Ayatollah, Scott Stallone, DJ Muggs, LP, C-Lance. Shout out my brother C-Lance, by the way. I'm proud of you for this one. And the legendary DJ Premier. Sound-wise, this album's awesome. I know I mentioned it before. Just by the producers alone on here, you know that this is a fucking home run. This is knocked out the fucking park, okay? Let's get into some of the features on this bitch. You have A-Trak, HR of the Bad Brains. Shout out the Bad Brains. Shabazz the Disciple, Little Fame of M.O.P. Mayhem Loren. Looking forward to his solo album whenever that comes out. Q Unique, shout out my boy Q Unique. OC, Cormega, Tia Thomas, LP, and Jedi Mind Tricks. So, judging from those features, those are heavy hitters right there. They all do their thing on here. None are super overwhelming. They're spread out nice and evenly on the track listing back here. So it's not Ill Bill featuring so-and-so on every fucking track. Let's get into some of the tracks on this shit. First of all, let me thank Ill Bill for putting notes in the liner notes, notes about the tracks. So that makes my job a little bit easier, so I don't have to sit there and decipher what every fucking song is about when Ill Bill already did it with the liner notes and lyrics and shit. He has little notes that he put down about why he wrote certain songs and what the meaning is. Like, for example, the Grimy Awards itself, he says is a collection of songs that he wrote in tribute to his life's most important influences. He says here, it's kind of like my own personal award show delivered through beats and rhymes. So he does that very well through the intro. I love it. Very ominous sound on the intro called What Does It All Mean? And he goes right into Paul Bailoff, who is the singer of Exodus. He's deceased. He died back in 2002. He had a stroke, then he was in a coma, then they pulled him off life support. But yeah, dope fucking track. You especially get that personal feeling from Ill Bill because he takes a sample, well, not a sample, but he called up a radio show that Paul Bailoff was on, and he was doing a little Q&A thing with callers that were calling in, and Bill had called up, stayed up one night and called up and got to talk to him, and he actually put that in as the beats riding out. So you see that there's sort of a connection with Paul and Ill Bill on this track, and it's fucking dope. Very nostalgic, brings you to a different time and place in Ill Bill's life, because you hear how young he sounds on that phone call, and that track is fucking ill. I want to move forward to Acceptance Speech featuring A-Trak. This track is basically what the title says. It's an acceptance speech, and he says here, not only am I accepting my own award, I'm also presenting awards to many people, from family to friends to every one of you. Much love to anybody that digs what I do, and thanks for the love and support. I sincerely appreciate it. Fucking dope track. A-Trak laces this shit with dope cuts. Y'all know I'm a sucker for cuts. By the way, shout out DJ Eclipse and A-Trak for jumping on this bitch and throwing cuts on here. And he says this track is also musically a tribute to the DJ. Yeah, fucking ill, this track right here. And you see on this track, he's talking about his many influences too from back in the day, how LL Cool J made him want to rhyme, how he was into Slayer and Scarface. He bigs up Rick Rubin and shit like that. This is another fucking dope track. Let me move forward to the next shit right here, called Truth. And Ill Bill says basically this track is about anybody who views a religion or has some type of faith or whatever, you know, live your life. Basically, it's a live and let live shit. You know, as long as you ain't hurting anybody else, which I've said multiple times on this channel, you know, that's what this should all be about. This is produced by Pete Rock, and I love the concept of this track right here, and I also love what Ill Bill says. Also, he says, unfortunately, one man's truth is another man's lie, which always leads to a shitstorm of problems between people, which I've said multiple times on this fucking channel. So let's move on to a few more tracks. Exploding Octopus, dope fucking track. Go watch the video for that. In fact, I'll post it down there. Go check out the fucking video. I think Ill Bill has about 3 videos so far for this shit. Exploding Octopus is basically chronicling the Unabomber's life. And just watch the video. Dope imagery there, dope lyrics once again. How to Survive the Apocalypse. Again, the title tells you what that track is about. This track reminds me of a single that KRS-One recently released. I forget what it's called. It's called Survival Kit or some shit like that, where it's basically on the same tip, like this is what you need to do, blah 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 blah, but it's done Ill Bill style, you know. I can't even do that any justice. Let me move forward. Acid Reflux, dope fucking track about the imagery or what Ill Bill was seeing when he was tripping on acid way back in the day when he was younger. Lamore East, dope posse cut with Mayhem Loren and Q Unique. Power featuring OC and Cormega. Ill Bill describes this as a fight that he's had throughout his career with major label deals. He says, I've had 3 major label deals since 1996, and every one of them has been a huge headache. Putting out music independently has always been my path. Maybe it's because I never been a fan of corporate politics. Maybe I like knowing my failure or success hinges on something tangible, something that, for better or for worse, I built myself. One thing I know for sure, I sleep better knowing my own masters, my publishing, and control my own destiny. Every artist deserves that kind of power. And OC and Cormega, of course, come through, do their thing. When I Die, featuring Tia Thomas, dope fucking track. there's a video for this track, and if you watch the video, the beat is produced by Ill Bill. On the album, it's produced by Pete Rock, and Tia Thomas is on the hook. Opposed to the video, she's not on the hook on the video. And this song is just fucking so emotional, especially when you watch the video. I mean, no disrespect to Pete Rock, I like Ill Bill's version better. It dragged more of the emotion out of me. I was about to cry when I saw that fucking video. And this fucking track is dedicated to his grandmother and his Uncle Howie that recently passed away. His grandmother passed away years back, and fucking powerful. The first verse is dedicated to Grandma, second one's to Uncle Howie. A lot of the fans are more closer to Uncle Howie. If you're Ill Bill or Necro fans, you know how close Uncle Howie was to Bill and Necro, excuse me. Severed Heads of State featuring LP. LP has been on a roll lately with killer fucking verses and production. That's all I gotta say about that track. And 120% Dark Side Justice featuring Jedi Mind Tricks. Again, dope track. Shout out to my boy C Lance. Love to hear Ill Bill get down with Vinny Paz as the Heavy Metal Kings, but this is dope because it's full Jedi Mind Tricks, because Just Allah's on it. Shout out to my boy Just Allah. This track, what Ill Bill says is, I've always been an addict for sneakers and fly gear. I'm a dead stock Jordan hoarder and a Polo P-Wing king. I was probably the first rapper to rock Supreme, and I still do. Another one of my favorites is a Japanese brand called Bounty X Hunter. 120% Dark Side Justice is their slogan. Big ups to Jedi Mind Tricks and C Lance for helping me make this grimy salute. Throw it on and destroy something. For real. Throw it on and destroy something. And I'm gonna move forward to the final track, World Premiere, which is basically a tribute to DJ Premier, and it's produced by DJ Premier. There's a video for that track too, so check that shit out. So yeah, how many videos does he have? He has Exploding Octopus, When I Die, World Premiere, and Severed Heads of State. So I take that back. There's 4 videos he got so far. My rating of this bitch, I'm gonna give it a 9 to 9.5 easily. I mean, this shit bangs, fucking ill. I already know this is gonna be on my top 25 at the end of the year. One thing though, in regards to sequencing, I would have put Acceptance Speech. I would have mixed it with What Does It All Mean, or put it as track 2, only because, you know, it has more of a powerful significance to the Grimy Awards concept. You know what I mean? Paul Bailoff, as dope as that track was, I would have saved it till later, even though the beat itself kind of gives you a build up to the album. I would have just put Acceptance Speech as track 2, just because the Grimy Awards is a concept in itself, and that would have helped propel the concept throughout the rest of the album. But as far as the album as a whole goes, guys, I've said it before about Ill Bill. I'll say it again. There's a reason why he's one of the top underground heroes. Pick this shit up if you're into that raw hip-hop sound. Oh, and by the way, that's another thing I gotta talk about before I sign off. I love the way the vocals were recorded on these songs. It was raw, but, you know, clean but raw. I don't know how to describe it, but it was just recorded differently from how a lot of other motherfuckers recorded. I don't know if anybody else noticed that. I just have an ear for certain sounds and shit like that. I'm just crazy like that. But yeah, shout out to Ill Bill. Pick this shit up. You won't be disappointed. That's all I gotta say, alright? Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. Support dope ass shit. Rest in peace, Uncle Howie. And that's it. Peace, bitches.